Okay, welcome to Payroll recording this. I'm recording this class. Yeah. So the first thing to do is to copy the data that is in the question. Okay, that's the first thing to do. Okay, we have got our input there. We've got our employee reference. We define this one as W. Our W there. Total hours. Total hours you per day. If you say 8 hours times 6 days, it will give us 44 plus the extra 4 hours that they are working. And for the whole month, it will give us 176. Then the hourly rate, we are dividing the total hours, which is 176. We are dividing it into the basic pay for winner one, since the salaries are the same. So the hourly rate is 16.9. That's what we have done. You define it as hourly rate as well. Then you go to overtime rate. Is this data is in the question, 107%. You copy this table which is in the question, and then define these ones. You define them as winner 1 overtime February, winner 2 overtime February, just like that. You define up to winner 6 overtime February. Same for March, winner 1 March, winner 1 overtime March, winner 2 overtime March, winner. We define these ones like that. Okay, then when we are done with that one, we copy this information here. Okay, I'll give you just 3 minutes to copy the information. Let's copy that information. Okay, this information is in the question, but I've just demarcated it into two for February and for March. Okay, the basic salaries are the same. Okay, we just demarcated these ones for emphasis that they're 2 months, but if it was an industrial work, if it was a work for a company or something, there's no need of defining them since they are not. There's no need of demarcating them since they are the same basics and same information. Okay, but this one is just for emphasis for marks. Okay, so that you're gonna at least an extra mark. So, excuse me. Okay, so that table has been divided into 2 months. Hope you have copied. There's also NAPSA deductions. NAPSA, you define NAPSA at 5% as NAPSA. There's this table. This table is the latest pay as you earn table tax bands. Okay, so we copy that one. We have them already. You check the website. Pay as you earn tax band. You show you this. Okay, then you define these numbers. The numbers, you define them. There's value, that number value, that number value, that number value, that number. So in the case of the 4001, you define as value 401. The next one, value 4801. The next one, value 6901. The next one, value 4000, value 48, value 69. Even the percentages, value 0, value 25, value 30, value 37.5. That's how we define these ones. Okay, very simple. Okay, when we are done, we also have this table here, so that when we are doing our data, when we are doing our data validation, we won't face a lot of issues. So just come up with that table. The labor type, the manager, those manager, you type those names here and define this table from the way from manager. You highlight from manager up to winner 6. You define as a labor type. You define from manager up to winner 6. You define it. You define it as a you define it as labor type, right? Okay. You define as a labor type. Okay. Okay, you type labor type there. Then you are done. We name this one as dashboard. We'll come to our payroll. Payroll will come up with two tables. The employee ref, the first name, the last name, and the labor type and basic pay. So these are the headers on top there. Employee ref, first name, last name, labor type, and basic pay. Okay, so now we need to use the text and row function to come up with the reference, employee reference. So I type equals W or tab and which is on shift and 7 and text tab, row tab, then close bracket minus 3 because I'm typing in B4, so minus 3 rows that are on top. Then comma, open inverted commas, we type 5 zeros, then close inverted comma, close bracket, and then we drag up to when it's W007. Okay. Then on labor type, you use the data validation. We go on data, then data validation here. Data validation. Then you go on allow. Then you select a list. Then you go on source. Source. You type equals labor underscore type. This is how we defined it. Okay. Then okay. Then you drag your formula there to autofill. Then select the labor type from the list. You select and select and select until you reach at the end here. Then you go to basic pay. Basic pay we're using VLOOKUP. We're using VLOOKUP. So you type equals VLOOKUP, then you click on the manager, then comma. So before you do the basic pay, make sure you have defined the table for the basic pays, these basic pays. Okay. So this table here for February basic pay, we highlight from the word manager up to winner 6. Then you define these ones as February basic pay or just basic pay 1. You define the other one here for March as basic pay 2. Okay. Okay. So when we are done, we come on payroll. Then you come on basic pay. Basic pay type equals VLOOKUP. Then you click in the manager, then comma, you type basic pay February, or if you define it as basic pay 1, you type basic pay 1 there. Then comma 2, comma 0, close bracket, then enter. Then that is not the end. We want to put a caveat. We want to put a caveat so that whenever there's an error there, it doesn't give us the error. It gives us that we should have to select the labor type, right? So what happens is we go back on the formula, we copy that formula from V lookup up to the last bracket. Then we go between equal sign and V, we type if tab is NA tab. Then you go at the end of the formula, you put a closing bracket, then close inverted comma, open inverted comma, then you type select labor type, then close inverted comma. Then comma, you paste the formula that you had copied, and then you put a bracket at the end. That's all. Then you can copy these items inside and bring them on the March, February, and do for the basic pay like we have done here on March. Okay. So on March, what will change is just on the where we were saying basic pay February. We're going to change that and put basic pay March. Okay. Hope that is not difficult. Then we come to overtime. Overtime, we need to do, we choose if statement. Okay. So we type the if statement there. We are going to do for February. For March, you do it on your own after watching this. Okay. So you type the formula equals if tab, then you click on the manager, equal sign, open inverted comma, manager, close inverted comma, then comma 0, comma if you click in the manager again, click in the manager again, then equal sign, open inverted comma, winner 1, close inverted comma, comma. You type hourly rate since you already defined it times winner 1 overtime February, since that's why you defined it, then comma. Again, we start the argument. If tab the manager, again you click in the manager, equals open inverted comma, winner 2, close inverted comma, comma, hourly rate. Okay, hope you are seeing my formula here. So as you are watching, also type. The formula is there. I've enlarged it. So hourly rate times winner 2 overtime Feb. Okay, hourly rate and this overtime hours, we have already defined them. So when they come, you just tab. When you type, they come, you tab. So overtime Feb, comma. Again, you start the argument. If tab, you click in the manager, equals winner 3 in inverted commas, then comma, hourly rate, you tab times winner 3 overtime February. Then comma, if tab, then you click again in the manager, equal sign, winner 4 in inverted comma, hourly rate times winner 4 overtime Feb, then comma, if again, that's another argument. So until when you reach winner 6, you are doing the same things. The pattern is the same. So when you reach winner 6 overtime Feb, then you do comma 0, then closing the brackets until the last one is black. Then you enter. Then you enter like that. Then you have these figures. Okay. So for the overtime for March, this is March here. For March, you just copy this formula here and edit Where there's February, you remove February and put March. Where there's February, you remove February and put March. That's the only thing that you are removing. Paste it here on the manager, the overtime for the manager, and then edit the formula. Where there's February, you put March, and the formula automatically capture the data you want to capture. Okay. Then the gross pay. This is also supposed to be February. February. Okay, February. Okay, and the gross pay is the total of basic pay times allowances. In this case, the allowances is overtime. You don't have any other allowance apart from overtime. So we copy those tables here and paste them here. Since we already have the data here, there's no need of us again starting doing and redoing the work. Just copy these two tables here together with the amounts and bring them on the gross pay here. Open another sheet and name it gross pay. Okay. The payroll, name it payroll. Overtime, name it overtime. Because if you don't emphasize, you end up not naming anything. Okay. Some won't name. Okay. So you come on overtime here. Overtime. The overtime. Okay. On overtime, you remove the word overtime and put gross pay. Same applies also on the March. Okay, same applies on the March. You also remove overtime and put gross pay. Yeah. Okay. So you have March and February there. So you have changed the gross pay here. Overtime you have put gross pay. Then you just type equals. You go on the payroll. You click on the basic pay. Then plus, you put a plus. You put a plus. Plus, you come and click on the overtime for the manager. Even the basic pay is for the manager, since that's the one who is on first. Then you click enter. Then that is your gross pay. Automatically this will come. You do the same for March and get your gross pay. Is there. Then you go to the last one. The same tables, you can just copy them and bring them here. And you name the next sheet as deductions. So deductions, we have got NAPSA and pay as you earn. So just include another column on that tables that you have copied, that you have brought here. So you have where there's the gross pay, you put NAPSA. Where there's the one you have just extended, you put it as pay as you earn. Okay. And make sure all your tables are formatted as table. Okay. So for NAPSA, it's just gross pay times NAPSA, which is NAPSA is 5%. So just do equals, you go on gross pay on the payroll. I mean on the gross pay here, the gross pay here, not the basic pay, but the gross pay. So our NAPSA is equals, you come on the gross pay for the manager, you type times 5 times NAPSA, which we defined as NAPSA, which is 5%. Then do okay, since we don't have NAPSA caps. So that's that. So when you are done, just if it's formatted as table, automatically these ones will come here. Okay, I'll end here. Those who have paid in full, please, you can call me, we finish this. Those who have not paid, you can pay, then you call me, so that we do pay as you earn up to net pay. Then we continue to capital budgeting. Okay, those who have paid, I won't finish the video, I won't finish the whole lesson, the video. Okay, so there are people that haven't paid yet. Let's pay, and then we continue learning. Okay, so this is where I'll end my video. If you have any question, any challenges, please call me, and then we rectify the problem that you have seen or that you have. If the problem is on the video, call me, I can clarify the point or something. Okay, those who are not attending lessons, please, it's not my problem. When you wish to attend, you attend. Okay, yeah.